Got to love the Germans, eh? Steinschlagschutz. I can't even Überfatten Kaiderfighten. Well, there we go. So what is this stuff? That is stone chip protection stuff that I'm going to whack on the rocker panels, or as we call them in the UK, the sills along the bottom of the van. When was the last time I did an upload? Maybe a week ago, a week or two ago? I don't know. So, whoa, nearly fell over. One of the recurring themes doing the metalwork was, why did I think I could do this quickly when the van's so big? See, now I'm moving on to body filler and hopefully primer and stuff like that. I'm beginning to realise this is going to be a massive job as well, isn't it? 7 metre long van, half of it's not painted. So it's going to take an awful long time. Right, the sills over here I've painted with watered down seam sealer. Once I've got a decent shape in that, it's going to be seam sealed all the way down, maybe 3 or 4 coats of that. Then we'll go for the German stone chip. It's been ages since I did any body work. I think that might be like 5 or 6 applications of the filler to get to that point. So that's good, isn't it? Hopefully when we do go to throw a bit of paint on, we'll be throwing a lot of paint everywhere. So first go, that's a couple of sews I've managed to get in. Fast over, what's this? Even fast move. Yeah. So along the bottom of the sills, brushable seam sealer. Then the stone chip. I'm actually thinking of, from here down, covering everything in that stone chip. There's been a lot of corrosion protection inside the panels, so maybe I should do a similar thing on the outside of the panels. So it'd probably be from there down, or maybe even the top line down, right across. Stone chip the life out of it. That's one of the recurring themes. Everything takes a long time. It most certainly does. There's an awful lot of work in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fantastic. We've got to a point where I'm thinking about putting paint and stuff on it. When the paint starts going on, this thing's all going to pop, isn't it? So I'm looking at the bottom section, middle, below door, front door as the first areas to get painted up. Then I'll do maybe from that metal bar up the way as phase 2. There's another analogy going to come in, even with the filling and priming. I used to say all the time when I was doing the metal work, one job leads on to another. I'm finding the exact same thing with the fillers and primers and stuff like that. You want to do along the bottom, then it turns out there's a little bit goes up the side of the door that you have to fix and all that type of stuff. So on the bodywork, one job will lead to another as well. Bit of progress, not very much. I think if there's a philosophical thought today, it's this is the worst side of the van. Hopefully I'll get a mental boost when some paint starts going on this, because the rest of it isn't as bad as this side. So that's my philosophical thought. Try to tackle the hardest bit, the most difficult bit, the most time consuming bit first. Then hopefully from there on in, it should get a bit easier. So just before I wrap up for today's riveting episode, This was the back panel where I had heat stress, and I don't know if you can see it, but the body fillers went all the way up to that line. That's a lot of filler, and there was another patch up here. This is the one that I took my time with. And you can see there's only like 2 inches of filler all the way along there. So I think today's second philosophical point is, I was aware of it when I was doing the work on the van. Take your time with the metalwork, get that as close as you possibly can. Then when it comes to doing this, you're going to save yourself time, money and materials, aren't you? You can see that only goes up maybe 2 or 3 inches, whereas this one at the back, from this line all the way up to that line, I've had filler put in, and it's still not as close as I'd like it. So I'm going to say bye bye. Down the road, have a bite to eat. I made a beautiful curry earlier on. That might be tonight's tea. I think this is just a record, isn't it? Hopefully the next time you see it, there'll be some paint on it. And when paint starts going on, as I said, it's just going to start popping. So, thanks all for watching. Take care. Bye bye.